Hey there, sweetie. I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. I know it's been a little rough with the internet not being available anymore, but I just couldn't risk you sending more of those messages out. You've been fine? Great. That makes me happy to hear. I came up with an idea. Since you don't have access to the internet, what I will do is find you some fun stories. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay. So I thought I would just find a bunch of short stories to keep you occupied. I'm talking really short. Okay. Let me pull it up. Okay. So these are all horror stories. And I got them from this subreddit where people are kind of sharing their own horror stories, you know? And I chose some of my favorites from there, so I hope you like these. Okay, so the first one is Lips on the Tip. Molly, the supervisor, snapped her mantra. I always licked the brush before painting each radium watch dial. Today I was just distracted by that damn toothache. What'd you think of that one? Okay, let's try something a little different. Here's another one. Finally, we found a way to directly communicate with God. Excitement soon turned into dread as the first message we received from him was help. The next one. We stayed in the bunker with our parents for 10 years after the world was destroyed. Our dad went out to scavenge one day when we heard someone shout, "Freeze!" and uniformed men with FBI insignias came down and said, "They're alive." Who would do something like that? Okay, the next one. I was excited to see my friend finally take his mental health seriously and start taking medication. Each pill he took dissolved my body and frayed my mind, but we both knew imaginary friends aren't supposed to last this long. Oh, that's so sad. I think that's more sad than horror. Okay, next one. I was embarrassed when everyone started staring at me, so I left the restaurant. On the drive home, all the passerbys turned and stared. And when I got home and turned on the game, the entire stadium went dead silent and stared into the camera. Ooh, that's actually a creepy one right there. All right. My best friend and I promised that if we were both single by the age of 37, we would just marry each other. Just 3 more years, I mumbled to myself as I stare at her most recent suitor. His untimely disappearance will certainly strengthen her and my relationship. That's really a long time to be holding on to someone, though. Holy. Okay, the next one. I laughed as I quickly walked away from the slowly shambling zombie horde, wondering how anybody could have been stupid enough to be caught by these things. But after 4 days of sleepless chasing, I finally collapsed to the floor from exhaustion, the distant groans of my pursuers growing slowly louder. Yeah, I don't know if I would really mess with zombies. Especially if they're the mindless ones that just shamble and shamble, but they know where you are. Ooh. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That would be pretty exhausting, honestly. Okay, here's another one. The sharp gaze pierced the boy as the figure urged him to read the past note out loud to the class. With shaky words, he finally uttered the phrase, "That's not our teacher." I wonder what it is. Is it like an alien wearing the skin of your teacher, or did someone take over the body? Yeah. Okay, here's another one. As he holds out the ring and proposes to me, the crowd around us forms into a surprise flash mob who dance and sing in unison to the melody of one of my favorite songs. I've never seen this band before in my life, and the dancers are blocking every exit. I would do something like that. All right. Here's one of the last couple. My wife got me a bracelet with the first initials of our kids on it. Now I lay on the side of the road, paramedics dragging me as I silently pray for Donna, Nick, and Rachel. Do you get what that one means? The initials of the kids. DNR. I know you have it. Okay. Is it possible you've made a mistake, officer? The wife stammered into the receiver, watching from the kitchen as her husband and 2 daughters ate at the dining room table. The stubs we found on the remains are dated the same night you reported all 3 missing, ma'am, the officer replied. Ooh. I wonder what's going on in her mind. I can imagine doing something like that. Or maybe something happened to the family, and she just can't come to grips with the reality of the situation. Anyways, there's my dose of the internet for you. I will reconsider giving you internet access back depending on how you're acting for the rest of the week. But I know you just like to play your games anyway, so I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. All right. Dinner will be ready in a bit, but I'll see you later, sweetie.